Hey YouTubers, Ed of the North, how's it going, brother? Getting energetic here. I want to get this '06 Honda Shadow VLX 600 on the roll here. I hate taking tanks off because they don't have gas to keep them running regular while they sit. But today I ordered 2 new tires and tubes, a universal front fairing for it, and of course I replaced that mirror off one of the old Shadow 1100s, and I kept the other one off of it. But all them junk bikes I had in here and back in here hiding them and all that to work on, I sold them all. Have a bunch of V-Star 1700 parts, exhaust, bunch of chrome laying here on the bench that goes to it. They're up for sale too, supposedly Friday. But anyways, I wanted to put a little video up of this '06 Shadow Spirit, the VLX 600. It was originally the red. I looked up the paint code here. R101C-U. Code R101 is like a burgundy reddish color. But anyways, I just wanted to do a little video on it. And then I have these other parts: back fender, front fender, side covers already body worked. Stripped them down to the bare plastic, put a plastic adhesion promoter on it, and 2K primed them from there. Pretty good 3 wet coats. Then blocked them out, so they're pretty good. I'll just red scuff them, but I'm itching to take that tank off and get rid of this little scrape. And then the right angle, you can see a little dent. Then I'm going to do it, change my mind on the silver and white. I'm going to do a blue. I want to two-tone it, silver or white and blue, but I'm going to do everything white, and then around here do that blue. But I'm not sure if I want to texture it over top of another color, maybe over top of the white, and accent it with a blue stripe. My tires I ordered are wide white walls, front and back. Then I got right there, that red Mother's Powerbolt cone to polish everything while the seat's off, and then of course the tank, and then just polish the crap out of everything. I can pull the wheels off, polish everything that I can access from that point too. And then when the tires come in, have those mounted and powder balanced. I was thinking of doing the blue rims on, but I don't think I'm going to do all that. But anyways, then I ordered a sissy bar that bolts on here and comes up with a luggage rack on it. But I don't need the sissy bar because I ordered a luggage rack for on here, and then 2 hard side bags, then a front fork tool bag like I put on my Suzuki. Let me uncover here. Just wanted to do another little YouTube video, but and then of course include this old thing. Ordered another tool bag like that. Now that one houses the compressor for the air horns here, the one on each side, and they do work. There it is, you can see the end of it. But anyways, this is a '93 Suzuki Intruder 800. I just cut the coil springs in the back, chopped the fender, put some headboard pieces on there, bolted them on the fender, cut little devil's tails in that, made my own license plate bracket with the plate for framing you nail on so you don't hit wiring and plumbing. And these are the other half. The bullet is on my bench, but those are Colt 45s I cut in half. You can can see right there with live primers in them. They were never fired. I just cut them in half with a tubing cutter. Put all new lights on, turn signals on. Motor was actually immaculate. The paint wasn't. Everything was rusty. So I put a bottle opener on. That's all original rusty crap that I just took 80 grit paper, sanded everything down, took a ball peen hammer and dinged and marked everything, and just matte clear coated it. Put a straight bar, piece of pipe on it, mirrors, brake master cylinder and lever, clutch master cylinder, clutch line. It's hydraulic clutch on this. Mirrors. These little leather tassel things on the end of the bars make it look old school. And I took the sissy bar. Hope I don't break it, but took the sissy bar pad and had it wrapped when I had the seat done. I took these off of the sissy bar that used to be on here, epoxied them to the fender, put a piece of welding wire on here, see it moving as a safety wire, so if I'm going down the road and say that epoxy lets loose on me like it has a few times before, I still have my seat. I cut the seat pan here just to show a little more junk in there to make it look old. These fender struts are original, made them look old, sanded them and painted them and hammered them up, and added a piece of fiberglass out of a Vega hood to it, and took sheet metal from a Chevy Cruze hood and cut it, shaped it and beat it around there and sent it off to a guy in York, Pennsylvania. Tom, York Auto Upholstery, does an awesome job on everything he does, and that's Black Ostrich. New tires, Bridgestone Exedras. So you want to ride in the rain, you know you're sticking to the ground. It's a matching set, front and back. It's a 21-inch front, candy apple red rim, and there are 15s in the back, of course, these old bikes. And same brand, matching set. And then of course it's hard to see over here, but shaft drive, not chain drive. 1 down, 4 up, 5-speed, 2 carbs. There's just more of the Yamaha Roadstar Warrior 1700 parts. That's a 95 Springer Softail Bad Boy Harley fender buddy of mine gave me. I was going to use, I never did. But and the Yamaha V-Star exhaust. Everything I have was just stuff given to me by the owner of the trike when he had it triked. He gave it to me for helping him out with it. And then there's the back seat to the Yamaha V-Star Road Warrior 1700. What I did to it over here, sitting in here where this bike is, like I guess it's been a year now, was it had that death wobble. Well, it had 2 issues. The back tires when it was triked were like a 225 50-15, and I told him I'd go down to a 195, maybe a 60-15. Well, he did that, and then plus I when it was triked, where the front wheel is and the back 2 wheels was, the axle was forward. You could say the axle was forward on the right hand side, just about 1/4 of an inch. So it made it pull hard. But the tires is what gave it the death wobble, because the anybody understands the rake and trail and how to figure it out on the bikes, it took away all that to the bike, put it that way, long story short. So putting the lower tires on lowers the back end down, which in turn brings your forks out a little bit, gives you a bit more of that rake and trail back. Oh shit, I'm on my phone, so I'm probably covering the speaker for my volume again. But There it is. I still got the little pit bike. Buddy of mine wants to buy that for his boy here in the next couple weeks or so. It was red, spray bomb black, surface rust and wore and oily and crap, so I totally stripped it down. It's on my, not so much my YouTube, but more so my Facebook at Ed Martin. You'll see me because my profile pic has I'll move my coats again, hang them there when I come in, or hang them on the Honda, but I was starting to work on that. But I have a picture of this bike on my Facebook, on my profile picture, or whatever the heck you want to call it. That's how you know it's me, Ed Martin. And you can see my videos of doing this bike, a bunch of pictures and stuff of doing that bike, and a bunch of body work and paint I do. So just wanted to holler at you, Ed of the North. Hopefully you still got that old Triumph that you did the cast seat for. I don't know how that ever turned out. I didn't ever see it. And I wanted to show a little bit of the Honda Shadow before I start touching it. Then when it's done, then when the fairing comes, the luggage rack, the sissy bar thing, and the whole deal, the side bags and all. I was going to chop it and do the whole ass end of the Yamaha V-Star, because that fender that was cut off up there right at the Yamaha frame, so I could weld that to the Honda frame, put that fender on. There's one piece laying there I could maybe use, but that was the axle and caliper bracket and all that off the Yamaha. But anyways, there's my best thing in the world for polishing bikes. Mother's Powerball cone. Kickstand off the Yamaha I can't use. Brake caliper off the Yamaha I can't use. But I have the LED brake light, license plate light, and I have the rear turn signal and license plate light bar, the side trim for the fender, whatever you want to call it. There's another piece of trim for the fender. There's for the side. I was just taking some 3M compound in a rag and touching these up, because these don't even have 1,000 miles on when the guy triked it. And he gave me all these parts from the SN. There's the back wheel, tire, like I said, with not even 1,000 on it. And then he wrecked it one time and dented the tank. So that's all dusty. I just got a dent in there to fix it. But that is the second used gas tank for the 08 Roadstar Warrior Yamaha 1700C in the United States. I found him one painted to match, which this fender here, this bluish purple looking thing with the scallops on, you can see Yamaha in it and the scallops. That is the original color. So when I ordered the tank, scratch and paint real good here. That's the color of it. It's cool looking blue. I actually have some in a can back there I might use as my blue for my accent on this bike. But anyways, I was thinking about chopping that ass end. I don't have to chop this thing, but unbolts right here and up under here, and then just unplug my wiring up under the seat. That whole ass end comes off, because I'm going to have to remove these to make a way to mount my hard bags and all that crap. But the only thing is, this is a 170 tire. It's wider, much wider fender than the Yamaha. And these are a 140 16-inch tire. So I think I'll just stick with putting mine back on. Save the headache. I'm not doing it custom to sell, so I just want custom paint and add the windshield fairing and all the luggage and stuff. So when and if I ever do get rid of it, you know you can travel with it and haul stuff and still have a passenger, so I'm not taking the pegs and none of that off. I didn't do that on the Suzuki either because these pieces are, I could have cut it and ground it off the fender struts, yeah, but I didn't want to have a completely soaking wet back, so I left a little bit of a fender on. This was actually cut like right under here is where the computer bolted on to the fender, and here's like where the sissy bar started. So the fender went down to here with the tail light, so I only cut a little off. But that way this pad, and as much as the fender is bolted on, can still actually hold a passenger as long as she's not like over 250. Haha. So anyways, I left them on anyways, that way when my girlfriend wants to ride, she can ride. She's only like on the back, which is, she's only like 118, 120 pounds. And I'm only like 157, 158. So with the lowered springs and 2-on, there's plenty of room. Remember, it still gives an inch or so of travel when you hit bumps. And real hard stuff at the bottom, but I don't care about that stuff. That's what they make new tires for. Alright, man. The main part of the video is about what this looks like now till when I'm done. Peace.